Hey everybody, Doug here from 2 Plus Stuff, hanging out for another Friday stream. If you are first time joining us, I do these every Friday around 11, 11:30, whenever I get a chance to, depending on my schedule. But I have a guest with me today. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Craig. I've been on here a few times. We know each other.
Yep. Craig is one of my awesome people who is over supporting me on Patreon and longtime supporter of the show. Frequent in the chat. What's your handle now? Because it got longer every time I see you.
Yeah, I just for YouTube, I just changed it to Chaos Lord Craig, aka Takeover Mars.
Okay.
But
Right on.
yeah,
And so, yeah, we're just doing a little hobby hangout this Friday. As always, I'm pulling up the I'm pulling up the questions here so people can chat with us. Give me just a hot second. And if you have anything you want to talk about, go ahead and throw it in the chat for us to discuss. But Craig, you just got something pretty cool. Tell me about it.
I just got the Sisters of Battle box.
Ooh.
It's really cool. I'm excited to paint it up for my girlfriend, but I'm not allowed. It's a Christmas present, so it's going to be wrapped and sitting there forever. It's going to feel like.
Oh, so she doesn't know you got it?
Oh, she knows I got it.
Oh, okay.
She was like, "Well, you got to wrap it up, and I got to open it up on Christmas." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, so it's just gonna sit there?
Yep.
Torture. That's all right. I'm sorry for the noise, everybody. I'm pulling out a whole bunch of bone splitters.
Working on bone splitters today.
I am. So, like, I don't know why. I'm so burnt out on the blue from the Iron Jaws. And we pull some music up while we're just sitting here chatting. So I got kind of, like I said, burnt out on those. But I don't know. I just got tired of painting the blue, I think, is what it came down to. It's a very intense color.
That's understandable.
Takes a lot of layers to get right. So, and then we're doing some stuff with rerolling ones, and I was like, oh, I want to participate. But part of that includes, but is not limited to, actually painting stuff instead of Necromunda. I have to paint AOS, or not, specifically AOS, because I've been doing a lot of Warcry stuff as well lately. So,
yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I honestly, like, skirmish games are just where it's at for me lately. It's just where I find the most entertainment for my time is the big thing. It's just the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. How about you? What you been playing lately?
I've been just been playing AOS a lot. I finally, because I'm painting these guys, because I tested out a full Mortals list, and it was surprisingly resilient, which was very weird for Slanesh to do. I sat there and nothing died.
Yeah. So you did a full Mortal Slanesh army? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
It was fun. Like I'm really bought into Mortal Slanesh now, which is what I wanted to begin with. So I'm glad I made it work.
Yeah. That's the sentiment I heard from quite a few folks. Is just like, not necessarily. Well, I mean, a lot of folks wanted mortal models, which I'm included in that. But
yeah,
the idea of just having like both, because all the other books, like, well, I guess Tzeentch is not really so much, but they all have like a very strong mortal element, like the Khorne specifically, and then Nurgle. But Tzeentch really just has the Carrick Acolytes, and they're not breathtaking. I mean, the models are amazing, but I mean, in terms of like what they do.
I would have been happy if I just had one specific new unit for them, because like I like the health strategy and everything. They're kind of a cool concept, but it's just Seekers with humans on the back of them. I want something a little bit more new for Mortals. That's all.
Yeah. Everyone tell me if you can hear and see us both okay. I think I have the audio set quite as best as I can. But, yeah, so, it's one of those things, though. Can't please everybody, but they got what they got.
I mean, I'm pretty excited about the new Chaos Warriors coming out, so I think it worked out well for me.
Yeah. Spetsy, I just turned the music down. Tell me what you think now. Thank you. You all sound good. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, yeah, sorry, I got kind of off track. I was trying to do the techie stuff. Trying to get the audio levels right. So someone asked what I'm painting. This is a flock of 20 bone splitters. They are arrow boys specifically, because I need to build a cunning ruck. Because I find friends optional. No. Cunning ruck. It's not as what it was. I mean, it wasn't what it at its worst point. It hasn't been that way in a long time, but and also mixed in here, I have a Wardok and a Wargog Prophet.
I like the Wargog Prophet. That's a fun model.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. His pose is just outstanding. I wanted to convert my Rogue Idol to be in the same pose, so it's like he's projecting himself through the Rogue Idol. But the problem is that thing is just a brick of resin, and it's brittle and it's not great. So I was like, I would rather have a Rogue Idol than a pile of dust. So I'm not going to try and convert that quite yet.
That's fair.
Yeah, when I get into, like, you know, fancy epoxies and that kind of stuff, and I can do more crazy things, maybe. But for right now, I was like, I'm good. So
I've just been using plastic glue and a lot of green stuff. Yeah,
and that's generally what I do. But have you held the Rogue Idol before?
No.
I've never held a model that is such a brick.
Oh, wow. I was looking at it and I was like, that doesn't look too bad. That might be like a fun thing to have on the table for like Gur.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's fun as all get out. The times that I have played with it, I think I've only busted it out like 3 times now, but because, like, you know, all I have painted right now is the Iron Jaws, and he doesn't work super well with the Iron Jaws, but he works phenomenal with Bone Splitters.
Oh yeah, you gotta get them on the board. You gotta get those guys painted up then.
Yep. So
you already finished painting the Rogue Idol, didn't you?
Yep, he's all done.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, yeah, that looked really good.
Yeah, the nice thing about the Bone Splitters is it's just tedious, but I just literally prime them green and give them a wash with Athonian camo shit like I'm doing, and then just pick out the top parts with Elysian green, so it just makes it very, very quick and simple.
Yeah.
And then the annoying part is all the bows and the little bits of, like, satchels and, I don't know, all the little junk that's on them. That's what always takes the longest.
Yeah, I need to quit painting batches, because stuff like that, like the little satchels and stuff, I end up just kind of barely putting effort into. I'm like, I'm slapping brown on it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, with a horde army like this, I'd just do a basic color and a wash, and it's good to go.
Yeah.
Let me see the chat here. Anyone got any questions or suggestions for us? So you said Kelly's getting into the Sisters of Battle?
Yeah.
Right on. What draws her into that army? Is it just the aesthetics, or nuns with guns?
She liked the whole idea of just burning everybody alive thing.
That's fair. That's fair, actually. Yeah, I was really struggling to pick a. It's funny because that's always the faction I've leaned towards in every game. Like, I was like, oh, Menoth in War Machine and Hordes, because they're, like, you know, they're religious zealots that burn everything. They have all kinds of fire effects. I was like, oh, this is amazing. Yeah. But for some reason in AOS, I never. Do we have something like that in AOS? Like a holy, righteous. I mean, besides Stormcast, they're kind of the holiest, but.
Yeah, Stormcast is pretty.
I mean,
chaos. Everybody chaos.
Yeah. That's true. Everybody in the chat, do we have an AOS army that's kind of like that? Like the holy religious zealot types? I mean, technically the Fire Slayers are.
Yeah. I mean, they're not traditional, though. No. Your mind doesn't leap to them.
No. Let's see. Devoted of Sigmar. Okay, so Cities of Sigmar. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, that's close, but, like, it's hard because they don't. I mean, You can build whatever
Not
city
ever.
you want, but they don't have like there's not a city in that book that like really leans into devoted, which is a shame. I think that's a great little sub faction.
Oh no, that would have been great.
And if I ever played cities, I'd either go for that or Anvil Guard. I'm kind of torn.
I sold my city's army, a good chunk of it, to Jack.
Yeah.
Like I had a 2-army limit, and with the Slaves to Darkness announcement, I was like, well, that's a better fit for my Slanesh.
Yeah.
And then Sisters came out with the box set was coming out, and then my limit got bumped up to 3 again. Well, I'm starting my cities again because I want that Anvil Guard. I sucked playing it, but I like it a lot.
Oh, you're restarting the cities?
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
Unless those Shadow Elves ever get announced and they have Malice Darkblade in it, I'm starting the cities again.
Ah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Good to know what you like.
Yeah, that's what really drew me to the city. Was like I could do something with my Malice Darkblade figure, and I want to do that.
I didn't know he actually had a figure.
Yeah, there's supposed to be him on his cold one fight, but I took him, put him on top of a black dragon, and put Slide on the base.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
So,
I honestly I missed most of the novels and stuff like that with him in it. So I just because of the Total War announcement they had where they're bringing him into the game.
yeah,
I actually had to like do a little Wikipedia bender to figure out who he was.
So in high school, that was the first Warhammer book I read, was his books.
Oh, cool.
So I played the MMO, which I started playing on the private server again because I've let this hobby consume my every soul.
Okay, right on.
Now, so everything I do is Warhammer. But I started with that MMO, and then I read his books, and then I tried to collect 40k stuff for the longest time, but I started in fantasy, so that's really what drew me to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then now this is what I do. That's been my progression throughout the hobby.
Right on. So you come full circle back to Malice Darkblade.
Yeah, it's worked out great.
I love it. Got a question here from Lorenzo. Question: do y'all think the new Slaves to Darkness will have different allegiance rules for each cast god, similar to different cities in Cities of Sigmar? What do you think? Or, I mean, we can't say what we think because we don't know anything, but what would you like, Greg?
So, I was talking about this with somebody on the internet the other day. I want at least one thing for each god within it, just because I felt Slanesh got a little left behind within the Mortals department.
Now, when you say that, like, do you mean like a battalion, or do you mean like a city thing, like they're talking about? Lorenzo said.
Well, I would prefer a city thing, but I would take a battalion. Like, I wouldn't complain about that.
Okay, that's cool. I can't fathom them not having battalions, because if they put them in the Beast of Chaos book, I can't.
Yeah.
You know, I think that honestly, that's something I would put money on. I might be wrong, but
well, they said that they're still letting you give them marks and everything, so I feel like they're going to do something with that.
Oh, they did confirm that?
Yeah, I thought that's what they did in the original announcement. Or maybe that was just like one of their comments in Facebook.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it. I don't follow, like, I kind of backed off a lot of social media. So if it was anywhere on there, I would never have seen it.
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, it very well could have been a bad screen grab, like someone just tweaked it for all I know, but I think that's something they said.
Yeah. I got Spezia saying, I think the mark system will be expanded. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd like that.
I also wouldn't, I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to, like, you build a specific, you build an army and then you can give the army a mark rather than unit by unit. I don't know. I wouldn't mind that. Because then you can have, like, all kinds of rules for, like, Khorne, Slanesh, and then you can make whatever you wanted it to be.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
And then just a different feel. You can just mark the whole army as something different.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be a battalion. It can just be, like, you know, kind of like choosing a grudge from the old Dispossessed book or something like that.
Yeah. I'd like that too. Well, I think Slaves of Darkness, there should be a undivided like section, and then each of the gods' things.
Oh, sure. Well, I think Undivided is functionally ever chosen. Like Archeon is the not god of Undivided. But that's all right. Is there anything specific you're excited about for the book? I mean, or just more Slaanesh stuff, or do you like? Obviously, you just said Undivided, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I really. So I don't know why people complain about how bad Archeon is. The last few games I brought him in, he has done a lot of work for his point. But Kingslayer.
Well, I think part of it is, I think like a lot of models, like a lot of part of it is just he gained a reputation in first edition and then didn't get a revisit afterwards. Like people didn't try him again. Because like with the synergies and stuff like that from Blades of Khorne, like I took him in the doubles event with Jack at Nova, and I had a great time. Like I had an absolute blast. Never felt like he was pillow fisted, but that was because he was in a Khorne army, not so much Archeon just being Archeon amazing. So I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure. There's a lot. That's the problem. Is like once people get a decide on a model, like make an opinion about it, it's really hard to shift. You have to like demonstrate something to them.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I'm guilty of that just as much as anybody else. I'm certainly not above it.
Nah, that's understandable. I just when I took him, I took him in my Slaanesh army. I was like, told my opponent, so like he's not gonna do much. Like from what I hear, he's not that great. And then my Kingslayer, I roll in 6s, so his attacks explode. And then I just need 2 6s to slay the heroes. And I'm like, oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Wiped out your general.
Yeah, no, he can be brutal. Any of those effects where you can just like delete a model is just, gives you pause. Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, I don't know.
You still there? Oh, looks like we lost Craig, so I'm just going to meander for a bit. Oh, you there?
Yep, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Let's see.
Yep, I made it.
Atomic Topher, are these supposed to be like Green Army Men, but orcs? I mean, functionally, that's what every orc model is. It's like a Green Army Man, but an orc. No, these are... So my recipe for my Bone Splitters is to prime them with a camo green. It's like just an industrial paint. You can camouflage stuff when you're hunting or something. And then give them a wash of Athonian Camoshade, and then pick out all the raised muscles and edges with Elysian Green. And I do that because I like the more drab kind of orcs rather than like the intense bright green. Because honestly, with Bone Splitters in specific, when you paint tattoos over the drab color, it makes the tattoos really pop. And that looks rad. Oh, he's going all kinds of in and out. That's okay. Buddy, you're cutting in and out quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm using my phone and I keep getting phone calls.
Oh, you can hop off and take them if you need to.
If they call back one more time, then I'll know it's important.
It's an emergency. Come back when it's a catastrophe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how I do my orcs here. Let's see. Just joined. What are we talking about? We were talking about Archeon before.
Yeah. And it's just I found him to be really good in Slaanesh with the exploding 6s on Kingslayer, and I found it very easy just to wipe out heroes that way. I didn't really have to worry about what they're doing. I just had to get over there.
I'm super curious how his keywords are going to shake out. Like, all right, like army wide, if they get to keep their marks, that's cool. But like Archeon specifically, getting like in faction buffs, I don't know if that's going to stay. I'm curious. I don't know.
I hope. I mean, yeah. Because then you got to balance around each of the factions.
Exactly. Yep.
And in how well it works out. It doesn't. They said I could also see them keeping it though.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would like it. I mean, it's one of those things that it just depends on. I want every book to like be its own thing.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be upset if Archeon was like, I don't know, he's so big and bad, like he needs to be his own jam. I was like, oh yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that'd be. I really hope it's like his points don't go up a lot when they remake them.
Well, it depends on how much they change his war scroll.
Yeah, I just like he's already worth so much, and I like having a lot of models on the table. If I don't have a lot, I feel very, very vulnerable.
Well, that's okay. GW likes you having lots of models on the table too.
Yeah. I don't know how people play elite armies because I've tried a few times. And I feel like I'm just going to lose right out because I don't have enough bodies on here.
Oh, so you gotta try mod tribes. You can build an army of 6 dudes, but they count as 60.
I should do that.
Yeah, just a bunch of Stonehorns.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Let's see, you got Richard Smith. Hey dude, been watching your lore videos, and they're awesome. Oh, thank you. Really helped me get back into stuff, having not played since 4th edition. 4th edition, that's crazy.
Ooh.
What was the starter set in 4th edition? Thank you for saying that. Very kind of you, Richard. I'm trying to think. Was that the Derpy Lizard Man and Empire set? Or Bretonia set? Ooh. Someone tell me.
As good as
I'm sure someone in the chat is like, no, Doug. Obviously, it's Goblins and High Elves. I don't
How did you not know that?
No. Goblins and High Elves. I don't remember that starter set. I know Goblins and Dwarves.
Sounds like a weird starter set, Goblins and...
Question, are you running your Slaanesh Mortals as Slaves to Darkness or Hedonites?
Hedonites.
Hedonites, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Are you using the Mortal Battalions from
So I was
White Dwarf?
I was looking at them, and it was a little... It was too much. I'd feel too bad doing that.
Even with the Mortal one?
Yeah, well, like Archeon would be like 40 summoning points right there, so they'd kill Archeon and I'd just bring in a keeper.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that.
I gotcha.
Right. Yeah, I've been trying to play just fun games with my friends lately.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's only blood in Warhammer, dude.
Yeah.
You play for keeps.
Well, if I do that, you won't want to play with me anymore, and then that's where I'd be.
I know the same thing. Yeah, I know. That's the last few games that I've played. So I haven't. See, I played AOS at that event that I talked about a couple of weeks back, but since then I've played Necromunda and a lot of Warcry.
Yeah,
and I love those games because it's just wacky things happen because dice and. It's just like whenever something crazy one-sided happens, you and your opponent just kind of look at each other, laugh, and shrug. And you just keep going. Like, it's just the nature of those games. And so I've been appreciating that. I was like, I don't have to feel bad about anything. Weird stuff can happen. I'm okay with it.
Well, I mean, so I know there's that talk, the idea of Slaanesh being broken, going around.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the bigger issue is just the play experience isn't fun for both sides.
Oh yeah, I think ultimately that is the core issue. I mean, I don't ever talk much about game balance because I'm not one of those people that really like grasps like the higher level mechanic concepts.
Yeah.
But player experience is everything because if no one's having fun, then you end up with a stagnant community.
Yeah, and I think play experience is probably more important because if you're already down, you're not going to be playing at your back. You're not going to be thinking everything. You're like, well, I already lost. What does it matter?
Right.
Or this isn't fun. What does it matter? So there's a lot of psychology behind why it feels like so. Because when you look at the percentage that the stats I keep seeing, like that they're not as good as Daughters of Cain were back when they were running things. But I feel like people are complaining more about it because it's not nearly as fun.
Yeah, that could certainly be.
Yeah.
I don't.
And I'm not.
Huh?
I'm not a psychologist, but
No. But it's funny because like what's his name, Vince Ventrola, he brought up a great point that like a lot of the people who stopped playing Daughters of King at one point, it was just because it stopped being fun. And they're like, oh, okay, well that's fair. I mean, I can't argue that. There's no data for it, but it's an interesting thought you put out there.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of issues with it, and I think most of it's just it's not fun for people to play against.
No, and that's the thing where it's like, as much as I don't comment on game balance, yeah, it's like player experience. I actually remember that. So even like a narrative person, he's like, oh, I don't care about the top rankings because I'm a narrative gamer. It's like, well, it matters to you because rules clarifications and good written rules make everybody happy. Like just straight up, it's good for everybody, no matter what kind of game you play. And that's something that I shamelessly stole from Haywo. He said it, Haywo Twitch. But it's an excellent point that it's just like this is good for everybody to have a game where we both feel like we have fun. We can define fun in different ways.
Yeah.
But, when I got stomped by Seraphon at this last event because their rules are like from 5 years ago and they don't work like everybody else does, so it's kind of it was a gotcha thing. I just didn't understand. I was like, okay, well that wasn't fun. Like, I don't mind losing. I lost the next game and I laughed so much, but it was just a strange, I don't know.
Yeah.
So right on. So how into Sisters of Battle is Kelly looking to get? She like all in? She's just like, I want this army so bad.
I slowly, because I've been trying to get into 40k. Man, I've been trying so hard to find an army that fits with me.
Yeah.
And I've been slowly pushing towards it. That way, I have a reason to find an army and stick with it. Because everybody plays 40k where I'm at. I'm like, well, I'd like to play more games. So,
right. I get that.
But I keep off everything. So I figured I started just by playing lore videos or showing her the cool models and. Yeah, and now she wants it, and she's going to learn how to play.
Cool.
Yeah, well, that stick.
Cool. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's hard to pass up a game system when everyone around you is playing it.
Yeah.
The only thing that keeps me from playing 40k really is that I just don't have. Well, first of all, I'm kind of moving away from those larger games that require so many models and so many rules.
Yeah.
But then also just like. Locally, more people play 40k locally, but they also play it in a very specific style, like lots of ITC games and that kind of stuff. And it's like, that's just not me. Like I don't know. It's all about rankings and that kind of stuff. I'm like, I just want to make a thematic army, but that's not. I don't know. It's not always conducive to what's going on.
Yeah, I get that, but that's a good enough reason not to play it, really.
Yeah, that's the thing where it's like I don't feel like I'm missing out or anything like that, and I want them to have their fun. It's just strange how different play groups just value different things. Whereas my group back in Iowa for War Machine and Hordes was all about hobby and community stuff. Out here, there's just none of that. So it's like, well,
I'm playing something else.
Yeah, basically that's why I moved to Fantasy Battles, and then that blew up.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're coming back apparently in 3 years, maybe.
Yeah, did you play Fantasy Battles back in the day?
I did not. So every time I went to go try to buy something for Fantasy Battles, when I was trying to get into 40k at the same time, they were like, there's no point in playing it. They only play it in the UK, so there's no point in buying any of those. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yo Wolf says, new voice, who dis? This is Craig. He is one of my patrons and just a generally awesome person. He's also in the chats as Takeover Mars or Chaos Lord. Is that what it is? Chaos Lord Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sean says the lack of wet palette is hurting his soul. I think you're going to be okay. I remember Sean told me, he's like, oh, I got a wet palette for you, dude. I was like, oh, no, let me reimburse you for it. No, it's a gift. And then he never gave it to me. So it's like, Lack
You
of wet
start
palate hurts my soul too, Sean. Let's see. I'm working on a casual 40k list, orc list. 15 Def Coptas, awesome. 4 planes, a squad of commandos, and a squad of Burnas. That sounds fantastic. I love it.
I tried to use on a wet palette. I didn't like it. There's a lot more work.
Yeah, I tried one, and I realize now that I got a cheapo one from Hobby Lobby, but I get most of my like non-brush stuff from Hobby Lobby, and so I'm willing to try another one because I went back to Hobby Lobby and they stopped selling it, and so I was like, oh, maybe that's because everyone else knew this was garbage and stopped buying it.
Yeah. I made one out of, well, Kelly made one for me out of Tupperware containers, and it was just too much work compared to taking a card sleeve and just pouring paint onto it.
I know, I got this nice acrylic palette that I like because I feel very artsy, I could just kind of do that thing, but
yeah. I just thin my stuff out a lot. That way it doesn't dry up on me at the time I need.
Oh, not me. I waste so much paint. I'm probably like GW Paint's favorite person.
I think that's really the best way to do it.
Yep, that's how you get to be a Warhammer hero. You just gouge yourself for money. Play the game within the game.
Oh, well. I need up my purchasing then.
I know, yeah. You think this stuff's expensive, GW, for us? No. I'm gonna spend even more money than I have to just to prove to you. Oh, gosh.
How do you like being a hobby hero? How has that changed your life? I assume significantly.
Well, the sheer amount of sex, drugs, and rock and roll has been a little bit overwhelming, but I've managed to kind of tweak my life to adjust.
That's good. You don't.
No, it's cool. Like, the communication with GW is so funny because it's so one-sided. Like, I got an email saying like, "Hey, congratulations, you're a hero," and then it was dead silence for about 6 months. So I had this thing where, and I even replied to that email. I was like, "Oh, thank you all so much. When can I announce this? I want to make a video," and that kind of stuff. And so it was just like nothing. And then it was like, "We need your address to ship you to something," and then there was just nothing. And so it's very interesting. I'm sure they have a lot to coordinate, but it got kind of hard to get excited because you're like, I can't tell anybody, I can't do anything,
Right. What's going on?
Yeah, and so it was funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was funny. So, has my life changed? Not at all. None a bit. But I've just had a chance to, I don't know, people have been incredibly kind, just like saying kind words, and that's meant a lot to me, more than anything, honestly.
That's good.
Yeah. Always go for more hobby positivity.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best approach for it.
I think it's funny that I don't know. I was kind of glad on my my little entry they put they put my picture and a little blurb about me. They didn't mention my channel, but they were like, he helps people come back from people who were moved away from the hobby, or got people back. And I was just like, yeah, dude, that's been a long process, bro. you sum it up in one line, but it's like that's been a whole thing.
That's a lot of work.
Yep. So, let's see. Sean Blake says it's because you're secretly Bob Ross incarnate. Yep, that's me. 110%.
I've been wanting to do this YouTube stuff like you've been doing. I was like, can't really do anything I would like to do because you're already doing it or somebody else is. Like,
do it again and do it better, man. That's all there is to it.
I only have my phone. As you can see, it's not the best quality of videos.
That's what I started with, man. I
Yeah,
was in
see,
my
so
stinky garage at a place I was renting with my phone, talking about how Flesh Eater Courts were the best army in 2015.
you want? We have that shirt. Did I tell you we bought that shirt?
Yeah, you sent me a picture of
Uh,
Kelly wearing it. It made my day.
Yeah, she wears it every time she goes and plays.
That's awesome.
Just so everybody knows what she's doing.
Exactly. Let me tell you why this is the best army. Boom. Okay, I'm just waiting for stuff to dry right now. So I got the wash on all the orcs drying, and then the sealant on the Escher drying as well. Thank you, everybody, on last night's stream to help me name everybody. Were you there for that?
I came in at the end because I have not been getting the notifications for some reason.
That's so strange, because I asked around, and other people are, so I'm not sure what's going on. I know YouTube's doing a lot of changes right now, so I'm just chalking it up to that.
Yeah, I'll double check the settings after this to see if maybe they got like shut off somehow.
Yeah.
I know YouTube mess with that.
So we have Rava, Talia, Bella, Thrillith, Nadine, Tika, Trixie, and Boom Boom.
I like it.
And so I also have 4 more girls who are built but not painted at all, because they weren't my favorite like weapon choices.
Yeah.
Really not fantastic. But this one girl has 2 pistols, and that sounds pretty awesome to me.
He's a gunslinger. I like it.
Yeah. So, but over the course of the campaign, like some of these original ones will die and have to be replaced. So I'll do that.
So how does... I haven't played Necromunda, and I have a friend that keeps trying to get everybody around into it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like Warcry or...
It's, so think of it as like Warcry with the complexity turned up. So functionally, I mean, so you played Warcry, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I lose at it every time,
so you pick a model, they activate, and they get 2 actions kind of thing.
Yeah.
So very similar. The thing that I like about Necromunda is that because there's more rules, there's a little bit more granularity. So for example, some actions are simple, basic, and complex. So meaning some actions you can do twice, some you can do only once per activation, some require double, so like a charge is both of your actions. It's a move and an attack.
Yeah.
And so that kind of gives you some fun stuff where you can come up with actions that are really interesting. So I like that. There's a lot more status effects. So like being set on fire makes you do stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff that's needlessly complicated. Like I just don't see a reason why some of the stuff that requires like a cool check and a willpower check and that kind of stuff can all not be wrapped into one and simplified. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool. But that same basic template of like, you know, I go, you go, we pick a model, they get 2 actions. That is functionally the same.
I was thinking of something more like because you talk about people dying and stuff, more like I don't know, I guess it'd be a video game kind of like XCOM or something where there's had RPG elements and stuff to it.
It certainly does. So yeah, if you're playing in a campaign, after every game you get money based and experience for each person based on what they do. So you get experience points for, like, you know, Nadine here for their acid shotgun will kill somebody, take them out, and get experience for it specifically. You earn money, you buy new equipment, that kind of stuff.
See, that sounds really interesting to me. I like that.
And there's like there's 2 different campaigns right now. There's Dark Uprising and I can't remember what it's called, but the one that comes in the base set. Dark Uprising, a little bit simplified. I like it. That's what we're doing starting on Monday. And the other one is like, it's like super involved where like if you kill somebody, you might pick up their weapon and you can sell it at a trading post and get money. And it's just like, it's all kind of all over the place.
Oh, wow.
But it can be as complex as you want it to be.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff to it. not gonna lie, I'm thinking about selling off these Iron Joes. Not the army, just these. I have like 20, 15 Ard Boys and a Mega Boss that I just like don't want to paint at all.
Yeah, sell them. You already have an army of it.
I got Lower Master Sotek. What's up? What's up?
Hey,
Culture
I just
says,
watched his video.
yeah. I want to pick up the Delac and get those awesome Forge World heads. Does the game still have Juves you can recruit? Yes. Yes. What's her name? Tika right here is my Juve. With the
I don't know what.
So basically, when you're going to, you know how like in Warcry there's like leader, and then the different icons represent different like types of like arm, models. Like one might be a behemoth, that kind of thing. So the same thing applies. So one is the leader. You get 2 champions, which I have here, and then you have Juves and Gangers below those. Gangers are nobodies. They can sometimes advance. There's some ways to make them a little bit better, but Juves are short for juvenile. But it's someone who's kind of brought up in the gang, so they start really crappy, but they can evolve more than anybody else, kind of thing.
Oh, okay, that's cool. You're kind of selling me on this game right now.
Dude, it's just I got really into it. I think I just needed a break from, like, aesthetically. I like both 40K and fantasy, and so like I love AOS. Like I got done painting all the Warcry stuff. We're starting our campaign at a different store for Warcry next week, which I'm pumped about. But in the meantime, this is just like the models are so stinking fun, and it's nice to paint something different. Very refreshing.
Yeah. That I did enjoy when I tried getting the 40K. Was painting different types of stuff. It was real fun.
Mm-hmm.
But this game sounds interesting though. I really like that. Is Warcry campaign like it, or?
Yes and no. The Necromunda campaign, they really suggest having someone to kind of act like a DM, to kind of like coordinate everything, pair matchups that are So for example, my guy's pairing me with someone who's really good at teaching the game, because this will be my second game. So he kind of orchestrates that a little bit. Whereas in Warcry, you are the sole, like, your campaign, you can be playing a campaign game against someone who's not, because you just keep track of all that internally.
Huh.
So yeah, I mean they're very different games. There's just some light similarities, but yeah, Warcry is certainly the simpler one for sure, without a question. All right, that's dry. Now I'm gonna throw a bit more on the bases here to seal in the names, because I got the font and the spelling the way I like it.
What sealant do you use?
I have Vallejo matte varnish.
It's just brush on?
Yeah.
I have their spray, and I was like, I've been having it. I use a lot of like goo effects and blood effects from like the Ugu stuff.
Yeah.
And it's matte, so it gets rid of that shine. So I have to go back over it all and realize I don't want to do that anymore.
It does a weird thing. This brush on stuff specifically, if I paint it over, that Nurgle's Rot technical paint?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
It doesn't melt it. It just makes it like invisible. You can't see it. Even like the green hue, it just kind of fades. And I was like, I don't understand how chemically that happens, but
But yeah, the spray, all it does is just takes away the shine and just looks dull. So that's weird that the brush on just makes it invisible.
Very strange.
You'd think it'd just do the same thing, just in an aerosol can.
But being just the idea of being an aerosol can, it changes a lot of the properties, though. That's why GW doesn't have a bad and black anymore. They have chaos black, which then Duncan's first instruction is go back over it with a bad and black, so there's no color difference.
That's right.
But I thought I bought a Bed in Black. Nope.
Nope.
You bought Bupkis, my friend. Okay. Tell you what, we're going to paint some skin tones on some Naked Fire Slayer. This is going to be all over the place today.
Yeah, I see that.
I got to find a place to put the Escher gang and let them dry. Here we go. I got a box next to me. I'll throw them in here.
So are you gonna play Total War some more with the new?
You mean like as a person or like on the stream or something?
Well, I remember you talking about doing it on streams and everything, but I think that's not something you're really into. But just as a person.
I think his thing is I'm not good at it. I
play on easy.
Yeah, so I started a new campaign with Tomb Kings being Cetra. Just because I thought he looked cool. And I've been doing fairly well on that one. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm already self-conscious enough just in general with my life, so I don't need to like sit for several hours on a computer and have everyone be like, "You suck at this."
That's fair.
Yeah. I don't need no backseat generals. I already got enough of that with Jack. Where I'm just... I'll get done like getting pummeled for a round of a game. He's like, "How'd you lose?" And I'm like, "Oh,
I made bad decisions, obviously."
Yeah, exactly.
What type of question is that? I just turned the game down to easy. I'm like, yeah. Whatever.
Yes, I am. I am quite the general. Yes.
Those NPCs had nothing on me.
Exactly. I am the Lord of War.
We should play together since we both seem to suck at the game.
Yeah. The thing is like I have an ongoing campaign with Jack, and it's just my hours at work are kind of crazy, and now his are. So it's just I'm very inconsistent on when I can play.
Well, good news for you. All I do is go to school lately, so we cool there. I got a lot of free time in my life now.
There you go. You got exams coming up?
Yep. And I'm doing what I normally do, and is just panic and paint and not study till last minute, because that's how I react to exams.
That sounds healthy.
Yeah, it's worked out so far. I've not had a bad grade, so I figured why change it.
There you go. And when my light starts flickering, a brand new bulb. Sorry, everybody.
Get one.
Definitely just punched my camera straight.
I noticed with the contrast spray paint, it's not actually needed if you just use white.
Wait, what do you notice with it?
You don't need the actual spray paint to use contrast. You just need white.
Oh no,
I feel a little duped.
No, I find the Wraithbone though is a nice one just because it's a little bit warmer. So for like flesh tones and that kind of stuff, it's really nice.
Yeah. But I there's $19 compared to $9.
I don't know what you're talking about. Fantastic value for your spray paint products at Games Workshop. It's where I go for all my spray paints and brushes.
Yeah, well, every time I went to my GW for spray paint, they were out of the Wraithbone, and I was like, I really don't want the Gracier at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought you needed it for the contrast. Like, I'm not questioning what they told me. Why would they trick me in any way, saying I need this?
Okay. I am being visited by a ghost. My light's going crazy, and I don't know why.
Wow.
Here it goes. Kind of chilled out there. Weird. I don't know why. Just started like flickering like mad for a bit. Actually, it was flickering so fast that the camera didn't even pick it up because it was the exceeded the frame rate.
That's weird.
Okay.
So are you grabbing more Slaves to Darkness?
No, not at the moment. I actually don't have. That's the thing. Like I was talking to Jack last night, and he was like, "So are you going to sell the Iron Jaws?" You know, because he's always been very encouraging of me to like do my hobby my way, and just do whatever I like. And so, like a good friend. And so I was like, no. I mean, the thing is just nothing else excites me right now. I mean, honestly, like as much as I love my Slaves to Darkness, like I'm not excited enough to go start in a new army. I'm not sure why.
No, that's a little weird.
It is a little weird for me.
For pre-release.
I think this is what contentment feels like.
Yeah, that's scaring me.
Or ennui. I'm not sure which one it is.
Yeah. I'll send you whatever leftovers I have. That way you can start.
Uh-huh.
Because when you get a whole bunch of boxes of the new army, new stuff, I'll send you all my old ones.
I don't know. I think the old ones and the new stuff, I think it's going to look just fine together.
Yeah, they will, but that was my biggest complaint about the old ones. Is like I don't like how not dynamic they are compared to all the new stuff coming out.
That's fair.
And it just bugs me. Like I get why they had it back in like fantasy because it'd work great for rank and file, but I like action poses. It gives me more to work with.
It's true. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's like we lost Craig again. You back?
There's a different person calling this time. Yeah, we're good.
You're a busy man.
And normally I'm not. I don't know.
None of my friends like talking to me. They're like, "Oh man, gotta hang out with Doug again." I guess we can get Doug for a battle report. It's whatever.
That's funny. I'm sure your friends love me. If they don't, you could always talk to me. I'll call you every day.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Nah, okay.
Thank you, Richard Smith, for donating the super chat. I really appreciate it. Sorry, it came through right as I was trying to fix my light. I apologize for not addressing it earlier. Thank you so much.
You didn't ask a question with the super chat? That's the way you're supposed to do it.
Hey, Doug, did you answer my question? No. If I missed your question, ask it again, please, because, like I said, I looked away from the camera for a little while to figure out my light situation. So if I miss anything, please go ahead and ask it again.
I mean, I pulled it up on my computer so I could watch it. I've not looked at it at all.
Yeah, it's all good. You don't have to.
That's good. That's good. I don't have to because I'm failing at it.
Okay, so how many Chaos Warriors do you have for your Slaanesh army right now? Like, how big do you want it to be?
How big do I want it to be? I want more Chosen than Chaos Warriors, but I only have 5 of those at the moment. I'm still working around with it to see what I want to bring between like Chaos Sorcerers on Mana Cores or Lords.
Yeah.
Or Lords of Chaos or Sorcerers. I obviously want Archeon, but that's the biggest thing to work around. But I've so far ran a block of 20 with shields, a block of 10 with great weapons, and a block of 5 with great weapons. 5 Chosen, Archeon, Lord of Chaos, Then there's something else.
Cool.
Yeah, and then Selesky because Selesky counts as immortal, and I like that model.
Did they have the mortal keyword?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Sure
didn't know that. Right on. Sean asked, when's the next time I'm going to be up on his side of the wall? Probably never. I've never actually... Well, I've been to Canada, but not in many, many moons. I need to get a passport and or a fancy license. So I have no plans to be on your side of the wall.
I live near the Canadian border, apparently, from what people keep telling me, and I keep getting told I need to go get a passport so I could go, because it's supposed to be really nice. There's some waterfalls there or something.
Talking about Niagara, or you're talking about like an actual like waterfall near you?
Niagara Falls. Well, I mean, I'm in Cleveland, so I'm by the Great Lakes, which I guess they all kind of feed into each other. Where did I put my... Oh, there's Iron Warriors.
I think Iron Warrior was the sleeper hit from that new set of paints that were released.
Oh, yeah, it's so good. I love it.
I know Kenzie, who's also on the show frequently, she's really all about the, was it Wordbearer's Red? Which I have yet to grab, because I don't have a reason to own it, because I can't think of anything that I'm going to paint that color, but it looks really nice.
I haven't seen how it looked. I should look that up.
It's like a nice deep maroon.
Huh.
Question, what's on the Christmas list, if you've been a good boy? Craig, what do you want for Christmas?
A whole bunch of the start collecting boxes for Slave to Darkness. That's what I want.
Solid. For me, Christmas list. Honestly,
Or food process.
Yeah, I'd probably say terrain is a big one. Because I want to start doing, like I said, battle reports pretty consistently for both Warcry and for Necromunda. So that requires a lot of terrain.
You want like 3D printed terrain or GW official terrain?
Oh, for either. I have some MDF stuff I'm going to be using for some of the Warcry things, but it just... it's cool. It just seems like a lot of work to make it look not MDF-y, if that makes sense. Like, where everything's a hard right angle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... Culture says I should check out Warhammer and Mark of Chaos. I've seen that, and they're awesome. I want Chaos Warriors to be as cool as they are in Vermintide. Have you played that one, Crick?
So I bought it when it first came out. I didn't play it because I didn't have a controller, and I don't like using mouse and keyboard for first-person games.
Mm-hmm.
Just last night, I went out and bought a controller, re-downloaded the game, got all the DLC, and played it. And I ran into a Chaos Warrior. I'm like, Jesus, that is huge.
Yep.
That was, and he took so many hits.
Yeah, I love Chaos Warriors in that game.
Yeah, I think that's the only way I can imagine them now. Is just these big old honking brutes. They just ignore everything you do just to beat on you.
Just a tank. Yeah. Let's see. Mouse and keyboard is life.
I like to, I'll take my laptop into my bedroom and lay down with Kelly and whatnot. While she's sleeping, I'll play, and I don't have room for all the moving the mouse around.
Yep.
So.
I get that. My thing is I sit at a desk all day at work, and so the reason I don't play a ton of Total War or Vermintide or any of those things, like, I'll grab a game and be like, oh yeah, Jack, we should play this. And then I tend to not play them is because, like, I just don't want to be at a desk anymore at the end of the day. I'm like, I'm done. But,
yeah.
You know, because if it's not playing games, then it's sitting down to make lore videos, and that's more sitting down, so.
That's understandable, yeah.
Yep.
Get a laptop so it doesn't feel like you're at a desk.
I thought about it, but man, the like, I don't know. I love my computer, and maybe, I don't know. I just don't have a lot of situations where I'd use a laptop outside of just, like, sitting in the other room.
I mean, that's the whole point, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. It feels like a waste of money.
It probably would be, but still. Solve one problem with all that money. Have you, so I know I brought up that private server for the MMO, but have you ever played that game?
Nope.
No? I would recommend it. The Chaos Warriors are pretty cool in that game, too.
Okay. I'll check it out. I've only actually ever played one MMO, if I'm honest. I played Guild Wars back in the day. By back in the day, I mean 2009.
Oh, yeah, back in the day. Got it.
Oh, yes, that day.
Yeah,
I remember that day. It was fun, but the only reason I played it is because my roommate in college, played it as well, and so we just sat there and chatted together. So it was like a group activity, just the two of us, but I don't know. Just hop into a game.
Well, you or anybody else want to download Return of Reckoning, I will sit there and I will play and chat with you all day. Or night. Whatever you want.
Is it? I'm assuming you think it's fun. So, like, what's cool about it?
Well, I mean, it has a huge PvP. First, it's Warhammer. It's pretty cool. They got like fort sieges, and there's a lot of PvP that you could do. And then there's just you're working for this, pretty much like the ever chosen of this world for it, but he's really just a champion of Zeech. Well, if you're on Chaos, going around just wiping out all the order factions, it's awesome. It'd be a dark elf to go out and assault Ulthuan and take out the Phoenix King. It's a lot of fun.
Right on.
Yeah, it's I don't know why the game ended up dying or whatnot, because when I joined the army and stuff, I quit playing all the MMOs. So I got out and I found out, that game died. That made me sad.
While you were gone, we killed everything you love.
Yeah. Happened, but it's still a lot of fun to this day. There's not a lot. It's not like a huge population on the game right now. But when you get to peak times, you get up to like 600 people storming a fortress, and while you have another 600 defending it. Okay. Really cool. Yeah. I don't know if I sold you on it, but I sold myself on it.
No, I know they're coming out with a. Well, I have Mordheim on my PlayStation.
I do too.
Huh?
Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah, what do you think?
I like it's hard though. I like it, but it's really hard. I always end up restarting.
My thing is just they don't explain stuff very well, and it's just like they're coming out with a Necromunda version at some point. I was like, okay, I feel like that one's gonna be more accessible because I actually play the game. I've read the rule book, but like when there's no current active supported rulebook for Mordheim, and you're trying to learn it through gameplay, it's like this is hard.
I've gotten to the first chapter and chapter mission, and I kept losing. So I was like, well, okay, I'll come back to this game after I'm done being frustrated. And I got it on the computer. I've been trying to make it work all day too, and it won't get past the first loading screen. So.
Oh, lame. Sean asked if I'm a big fan of MOBAs. Not really. I don't like games where I have to play with other people. If I'm super honest.
I got that.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm not gonna explain it. I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Yeah, I feel like that's enough for people. Like, okay. People aren't always the best. I get it.
Well, it's more that I come home and I just want to decompress. So coordinating with other people, and then sometimes we play differently and that kind of stuff. So it's like, yeah. I mean, I really like playing Total War with Jack because we'll sit down and we'll paint while we're playing. So while it's Jack's turn, I'm painting, and then we swap. That's super fun.
I never played multiplayer on Total War, and that's why I keep trying to get you to play with me, or Jack to play with me, or anybody to play with me. So I didn't realize. I thought you took your turns at the same time like you in Civ 5.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Civilization 5. Yeah, if you're not at war with each other, you take your turn at the same time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I got to get Civ. I remember that game consumed an inordinate amount of my middle school years. The old Civ.
Yeah. Oh, those. That's how I got into Total War. It's like, oh, this looks like a actual offshoot of the Civilization games.
Yep, yeah, it's cool stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I just that and Age of Empires / Age of Mythology.
Oh, those are great too.
Really important to me in terms of like getting into nerd culture and gaming and that kind of stuff. Big deal.
Yeah. Those are good games. I loved Age of Mythology.
I'm torn. Like, I love some of the units, but I really felt like Age of Empires 2, like, even with its crummy graphics, I was just like, oh, this is so much fun. I love the simplicity of it, but I'm sure that's just nostalgia. Like, my brother played it a lot, so.
I mean, that's a driving factor in a lot of things.
It's true, yeah.
I love. Yeah, there's this horrible Star Wars RTS that I love. That's kind of a rip off those games.
What's it called?
Let me look it up real fast.
I think I played one like that, and I actually liked it.
Galactic Battleground Saga.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I found it on Steam. I was like, I'm buying that. I know it's not the best, but I love this game. I spent years trying to before I found it on Steam. Like, I need that game.
Yeah, is that like your like nostalgia game from your childhood that like can do no wrong?
Yeah, yep, that's exactly what it is. So it's the first RTS I ever played.
Nice. Mine is the old school Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh, I love that game. I bought that one too. That one's flawless. I don't know what you mean.
There were some pretty derpy things in there. I'm just gonna say, like, jump troops, not great.
Oh, I never played as a jump troop, so I played as the standard guy.
Standard guy, yeah. It's every faction. Their standard guy is just great.
Yeah. That or played as one of the Jedi. Oh, that was fun.
Yep. I always loved hopping in a ship, like when you're doing the space battles. Hop in a ship, go to the enemy ship, and then just be like Rambo. Just take them all out. One-man wrecking crew.
I love space battles for that. I could not fly worth a darn. That's why I always did that, and it's the best.
Yeah, I can't fly, but I can crash this ship straight into your landing pad.
Yeah. Show you what's up. It was great.
Anyone in the chat, are there games, it doesn't have to be Star Wars, but are there games like Battlefront, like the old Battlefront anymore, like that I could play? I'm curious. Like that style of like, you're just an average dude.
And don't say the new battle.
Yeah, sorry. Outside of the new ones, let's say that. Wait for the chat to catch up. There's like a minute and a half or so delay.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't pull it back up. I was just looking at Star Wars.
Battlefront with mods. Sean, you think that entire style of game died with the PS2? That's what I'm asking. It doesn't have to be a Star Wars Battlefront thing. I just mean, like, is there a game like it? Like, is there like a World War II variant that's like that? Or, I don't know.
Yeah, because those were unique. I liked them.
Yeah, where you're just a basic dude, go capturing a point.
Yep, you died and you're just another basic dude that respawns.
I know, yeah. They need to do that with like World War II games, and you're just like, boom, now you get to be Patton. And it's just like Patton as a one-man wrecking crew running around with a grenade in his hands. Like, that would be incredible. I don't know if I meant Patton. Who was I talking about? I don't know. Some war hero, just like something stupid.
I'd buy that so fast.
I know, yeah. You've unlocked Roosevelt, and you're just like rolling. Yeah.
Well, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, if they can make Nazi zombies, they could do that.
Yeah. Man, those game companies are dropping the ball right now. Let's open up our own studio. We got this.
Oh yeah, it's not like I live in Seattle where there's game studios that collapse 100% of the time around me.
Yeah, perfect. Nothing to worry about then.
All the Battlefield games. So is that a historical thing? I'm not a gamer, so you gotta explain it to me like I'm your disinterested girlfriend.
I like the Battlefield games. I don't feel like they have that same feeling though.
Well, part of that's nostalgia in Star Wars. Like I think I can't speak for you, but like that's part of it. It's like no game's gonna be the same.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because I played Star Wars. I never played Star Wars online or anything. Always by myself. So playing Battlefield online is the same feeling. Everybody else running around doing stuff. It just feels like a higher time to kill.
Gotcha. Let's see. Battlefront is just a reskin of Battlefield. Okay. Yeah, I'll try that out then. Download a Battlefield game.
I mean, the new Battlefront is. I wouldn't say the old one was. But again, that could be nostalgia. Who knows?
Try him out. Try him out. Anything's worth a try.
Yeah. I mean, I like Battlefield, so I'm not saying anything bad about Battlefield. It's just I don't think
way to back up that statement. I mean, it's basically crap. I mean, it's not like crap, but you know.
But saying
I'm
the old
messing with you.
different than Battlefield. But the new Battlefield is just like the new old Battlefront. Or whatever. Words. The battles are the battles and the battles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's clear. Oh, Jack's here. Hi, Jack. I miss you.
Call me. Okay, got these guys. I am almost done with these dudes. I'm excited to be done. Get these fire slayers out of my house.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you some Chaos Warriors for you to paint.
Nope.
And... Yeah, no.
Never gonna happen.
Rude. So rude. Wanting all the work you're doing for Jack, but not going to do me. That's.
Well, this was a terrible idea. So it's one of those things. I regretted it immediately.
Fair. Oh, how was your Thanksgiving? I didn't even ask. That's rude.
Thanksgiving? Yeah, it was, let's see, we hung out with some family friends. We were there. I thought we were going to be done earlier, but it was a great time. Got there around 2:30ish. Left around 8:30. Yeah, just one of the host, the husband of the host couple. He works at Microsoft, and he won in some kind of auction at work. He said we won some kind of like appetizer tray from a fancy like catering place. We're like, oh, okay, so we don't have to bring appetizers. We'll focus on something else. But when we got there, it's like this. I mean, these appetizer things. Think of like a disc that is about 3 feet in diameter, and it's just jam-packed every centimeter with food and snacks. Like these were entire meals unto themselves.
Oh wow!
And it was just crazy. I don't know. It was insane. So we had a great dinner and that kind of stuff. It was a good time. 2+ what video camera do you use? Do you shoot in 1080p? It's 1080p. It's just a little, what do you call it? Logitech, I think, webcam. Nothing special.
Yeah. Fancy.
Nothing too special. How about you? How's your Thanksgiving?
It's pretty good. We had 2. We didn't know we were going to have to. We went over to Kelly's parents on Wednesday. Had Thanksgiving early, and then when we were there, we got talked into going to our uncle's for the real Thanksgiving. So we did that, and that was pretty fun too. It was just a long drive and a lot of people.
Yeah.
Back-to-back days. But it's good. And then we went over to our sister's on Thanksgiving too for more dessert. Really, I probably gained all the weight I was trying to lose over the last month in one day.
I've been trying to eat healthier, and I'm proud of myself. I got home. I cut myself off at the right time, and felt good about it. Didn't feel gross going to bed. I was like, boom, this is a holiday win.
Yeah, that's awesome. I, on the other hand, starved myself both days till dinner and then overate. I really like turkey, and I really hate Thanksgiving is the only holiday where you're guaranteed turkey.
You don't like turkey?
I love turkey.
Oh,
Nobody
okay.
else seems to like turkey, apparently, that I know.
Interesting.
I got like 8 pounds of leftover turkey in my fridge now.
I'm a hard neutral on turkey. I have no strong feelings either way.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a line. You have to pick a side, Doug. You can't just. It's war.
I coast through life just on autopilot, man. That's all there is to it.
Futurama, the neutral planet. I have no strong feelings.
Yeah, from Futurama, yeah. If I die, tell my wife hello. What should we do? I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Oh, one of my favorite episodes. I love those guys. Should have been in more episodes. That's what they should have done.
Let's see. Fire Slayers look great. Oh, thank you. You won't say that when you see them in person. You're going to be like, Doug, you phoned these in. To which I will respond, ring, ring, ring.
Just complimenting them in public. That's all.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. No, they look fine. They'll fit right into the army. Aquaman, so Fire Slayers now or commission? Oh yeah, I decided I'm gonna sell these orcs that I'm working on and just do Fire Slayers.
Sounds about right. Wouldn't surprise me.
Super reasonable.
Just those Fire Slayers. You're not getting any more, right?
No, yeah, this is my army. No, it's they're interesting because they're a book that super interests me, like to play, but I never want to paint anymore again.
Just yeah, I understand that.
You know, or it's just like they seem very, very interesting, but I had them before, and I got burned out painting them, and even just in painting these few for Jack, I was like, this is why I don't have this army anymore. Why did I agree to this?
Did you ever put them on the table?
Yeah, I played with them.
Oh. I can't remember if I saw you playing with them or if somebody else was.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't play with them for very long, but... Yep. Played for just a smidge.
You still have your KO?
Nope, Jack has those.
Oh, well, at least they're still in the family. Okay.
Yeah, that's honestly, those guys have been the worst enablers for me because I can be like, oh, I feel okay about getting rid of this project because, you know, it'll stay in our area. You know, it'll be within the greater wheelhouse.
You'd always visit on the weekends.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I need to do. I've been... you infected me. I started trading stuff and selling stuff off so fast now.
Dude, I got Jack too, and it feels good when you're just like, ooh, this wheeling and dealing thing sounds fun.
I hit, like... I've bought 4 different Keepers of Secrets and sold them off to go and get more things and then buy more Keepers of Secrets. to make better. Like,
well, I haven't done that. Your student becomes the master on that one.
yeah, it's gotten bad. Like I've stopped myself. I'm down to 1 keeper secret. Like I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not buying another keeper secrets to trade to get more keepers of secrets. This is ridiculous. So I'll trade it for some other army. That's what I'll do.
Any other armies striking your fancy right now besides Slaves to Darkness?
Like I said, the Cities War. Kelly now has not only the Sisters of Battle, but she also got that box set for Bone Daddies, whatever their real name is.
Bone Reapers.
I don't know. Yeah, Bone Reapers. That's what they're called. So nothing coming out that's striking me that I can't get through somebody else to try so far.
Yeah, if I had to pick, like, if someone was like, Doug, you're not allowed to play War Clans anymore, you got to pick a new army, I think I would go Seraphon.
Is that just because they kicked your butt at the tournament, or
no, a painting challenge?
Okay.
I think they look terrific. And the thing is, I don't know what their new rules are going to be, but they have so many options, like in terms of different types of units, like skinks and that kind of stuff. And I don't know, I think they're going to be great.
But if I had to pick a different army right now, I'd probably be I'd say Deepkin.
Really?
Yeah. I like the basing opportunity you could do with it with the ocean. Like the ocean idea, you could be very colorful and bright with it. And then the turtle's awesome. I own the turtle just because I want to paint it one day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're an army that, like, there's a few models that I wouldn't mind painting one day, but on the whole, I was like, yeah. They got me with the hype, though. I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, I almost fell for it for the first time. I was like, yeah, I'm going to totally do this, but I'm still working on my DOK. I'm like, that's already too expensive. But I got some thralls for to use as Chaos Warriors to get bashed before I knew they were coming out as getting a new release. My army's gonna look very mismatched. It's gonna be great. Right. Yeah.
Jack says, really wish Doug would have sold me his Beast of Chaos because it was beautifully painted and 2,000 points, and 2, because he would have sold it for $9 in a Cherry Jolly Rancher. True.
Well, he should have offered that, Jack, before he sold it.
I know. Make it a purple Jolly Rancher and you got a deal.
I got a purple Jolly Rancher. How much? I'll just take those Iron Jaws off you for purple Jolly Rancher and $9.
No. I'm technically doing good. I'm keeping with my revised New Year's resolutions where I'm only painting. I'm only trading off an army when I have the next one painted.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've been a good boy.
Where's your Nurgle?
Oh, it's in the shelf behind me. I haven't gotten rid of them.
Okay. I wasn't sure what happened to them.
I don't want to paint them anymore. I'll be honest with you. Really don't want to.
I loved your pirate idea.
Yeah. So did I at one point. But honestly, it wasn't turning out the way I wanted it to. I don't know. And then I just lost steam, and then all these books came out, so everything had to stop, and I was like, well, I have Iron Jaws fully painted, and I am enjoying the War Clan book.
Yeah.
So like, let's lean into what is fun. And then what's fun turned into Warcry and Necromunda, so I was like,
That's, yeah, fair. I'd still love to see those pilots done one day, though.
The Nurgle?
No pressure. Yeah, no pressure. Just think even if they're not turning out the way you wanted, it's like a practice thing for the next army. That's how I view it, at least when I tried when I've been doing weird kit bash stuff with my things.
Mm-hmm.
It never comes out the way I want it to. Like the Archeon I just finished up. I wanted the head to be looking up. I couldn't figure out how to do it with the horns.
It's a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a tough one to repose.
Yeah, it's super annoying. So I just had him looking down. I took a Seeker's neck, and I used that. It's just to hold the head, and it's looking down. And I was like, oh, now there's going to be a battle down there that it's looking at. So it's not just staring at its own crotch.
Which, honestly, a keeper's head would do anyway.
Yeah. But figured the plausible deniability. Just watching the fight is what it's doing.
Was it the blue? Jack, what do you mean, was it the blue? I'm not sure I follow. But yeah, at some point I want to do a Dino Heavy Seraphon army. What else? Someday a Maw Tribes army. Well, I was telling Jack, I want to do a Maw Tribes from Girion, where like they've been eating jade stuff, so like all the horns look like they're sprouting growths.
Oh, that'd be so cool. That'd look real sweet. Mm-hmm. We already planned out that Maw Tribe army for you, didn't we? Just need 6 stone horns? Any good?
Yeah. That sounds like actually that sounds like tons of fun, but I'm not sure how fun it would be on the tabletop. Sean asks, what color are the tattoos? I've been doing red tattoos on all my dudes. So I picked the colors for Dechappas and Drakfoot before they came out in the book, and they just so happen to be some of the better sub-tribes or whatever for Iron Jaws and Bone Splitters respectively. So that's kind of a cool win.
Nice. You have the first book, right? With all the tattoos and stuff in it?
Yep.
Yeah. I love that about that book.
On your Nurgle army, did you not like the color I picked? No, I didn't like I'm not a huge fan. Like, I love the wooden bases, like the wooden looking green stuff bases. I'm not a big fan of the shells. I don't know. I'm looking at it on my shelf right now. I'm just trying to think about it. I just lost all enthusiasm for it. I'm not sure what it is.
Well,
but I'm hesitant to get rid of him because I have like everything I need for an army. Like I have 30 Plague Bearers. I have, several more Blight King things. Just don't want to.
Oh, they might grow on you again. Who knows?
Do you guys bother with getting all the colors of the tribes and enclaves and hosts that you use in game? Do I have to paint them to match what they are in the lore? No, you don't have to by any stretch. I happen to like the olive green orc skin and then the red tattoo over it. And the lore behind the Drakfoot thing is cool, so I leaned into it.
I just paint whatever colors I like.
There you go.
And don't really pay attention to what the book tells me.
Make it pretty. Yep. Oh, I see a tiny human in the background.
Yeah. What are you doing, bud?
Me and my brother are playing on iPads in a room, so when it bother you, I just ask you for a drink of water because that's the only thing that we can have.
Yeah, you can have water. Yeah, you can have water, bud.
I'm asking for water, anyways.
Okay. Yeah, you can take it.
All right. Oh, you're good. I was just checking the time. Let's see.
Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's already 4.
I know, I gotta hop off here in just a little bit. It's already 1 o'clock for me. I haven't actually eaten anything today yet. I woke up and I took care of some errands for my wife, and I was like, I'm gonna sit down and paint a little bit. And then I started on the Escher Gang. And then the next time I looked up, it was like 10:51, and I was like, oh god, we're supposed to like stream at like 11.
That kind of worked out me getting fucking traffic.
Yep. Sweet. We'll get these girls off of the cardboard base so they don't get stuck to it. And there we go. Sweet. Well, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off, but thank you so much for joining me, Craig. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I love doing this. We do this a weekly thing if you want. I'm fine with that.
I need to figure out my schedule. We're going into the crazy time of year for me because every case manager in the state of Washington freaks out. So for Medicare coverage. So anyway, I will keep you posted on that. But thank you, man. I look forward to talking to you soon.
Yeah. Talk to you later. Have a good one.